Bang Si-hyuk is silent. What's up with Taeil and Jungkook's twin tattoos in LA? Note one difference. Is this a secret code? Why do the other members look confused and don't know? ARMY shocked after live 11 minutes, it suddenly happened. What happened next was never expected. Why didn't Si-hyuk say anything? Why did two BTS members, Taeil and Jungkook, suddenly show off similar tattoos at almost the same time, in the same place, in a city full of symbols and history for BTS, Los Angeles? And even weirder, why are the tattoos not just similar, but almost identical except for one tiny detail that can only be seen if you pay very, very close attention to it? What is the meaning of that one difference? Is this a coincidence or a code? And if this is a hidden message, who is it really intended for? For ARMY, who follows Taeil and Jungkook's every move, this moment is like a bomb that slowly explodes, starting with one seemingly beautiful but mysterious post, followed by an unexpected 11-minute Instagram live broadcast, and then silence. Silence from the agency. Silence from other members. And the silence of two people who have always lit a light in the hearts of their fans. But that silence speaks too much. That day, July 16th, 2025, was supposed to go like a normal day. But the world of fandom is suddenly turned upside down when a notification appears on the phones of a select few. Taeil is now live with Jungkook. No advance notice, no teaser, no countdown. They just showed up. Together. In a live broadcast that is like inviting slowly but deeply. For those who happen to see it in person, it was like witnessing a historical moment. But for those who are late, feelings of frustration, loss, and upset abound. Why not? This was the first time in a very long time that the two members sat together in one frame, not for promotion, not for a variety show, not for professional needs, but for something more personal, deeper, more emotional. In that live, the two talked about things that felt so different. About love, about loyalty, about the wound, about mental health. Jungkook looked calm, but couldn't hide his slightly misty eyes. Taeil laughed, but every pause in a sentence seemed to hide something that couldn't be fully revealed. And then done. Those 11 minutes. It seemed too fast, but also too heavy. There was no explanation afterwards. There is no clarity. Until the next day, when a posting shook the ARMY once again. Jungkook posted a photo. Taeil followed. 2 hands. 2 tattoos. The shape? Same dot, or is it really the same? For those who only see in passing, it certainly looks like an identical picture. But the ARMY who watched with careful eyes and sharp emotional analysis found something. Small differences, but it means a lot. A slanted line on one of the symbols. An indentation that shouldn't exist. Is this a mistake? Or was it intentional? And that's when one big question arises that can no longer be avoided. What do they mean? Not enough of that. Came the photos when they were in Los Angeles a few days earlier. Together, but not side by side. In the same location, but with a suspicious upload time gap. It is as if the two are in parallel narratives that surround each other but do not touch. And other oddities? None of the other BTS members commented on the post. Even Jimin, who usually always gives emojis or words of support, was silent this time. RM as well. Even the genie, who had just returned from military duty, did not show any response. What exactly is going on behind the scenes? And perhaps the most astounding question. Why did Bang Si-hyuk choose to remain silent when something like this was happening under his own nose? In the past, Big Hit or HYB has always been quick to control the public narrative, especially when it comes to rumors or events that can ignite uproar among fans. But this time, they left everything open and let the ARMY speculate on its OW and IS this part of a slow reveal. Some fans even began to associate it with a live Weverse that happened just the day before, where Taeil, Jungkook, RM, and Jimin did multi-profile live streams. Many said the live was a mess, technically problematic, connections messed up, but also too honest, too raw, too real. And from there, it starts to look like one thing. Their dynamics are changing. Someone tried to talk but was interrupted. Someone wants to joke, but looks tense. And in the midst of it all, there are words from Taeil that make it all the weirder. Sometimes we have to make painful choices for the things we love. Was it just an ordinary reflective sentence, or a veiled confession? And in the midst of question after question, one more detail emerged that surprised the ARMY. The difference in the location of their tattoos. If you look closely, the position of Jungkook's tattoo is on the inner arm, close to the ARMY symbol that has been known before. And Taeil? The tattoo is near the collarbone, more discreet, deeper, more personal. Why is that? Does this imply two different points of view on the same thing? Jungkook chose show, Taeil chose hide, or just the opposite? One tries to protect, one tries to remind. For ARMY, who lives in a world of interpretation, this becomes like an emotional puzzle. And the longer they delve into their meaning, the more they ask, is this about them? About friendship? About ties? About the big decisions to come? And when all these things revolve around online discussion, trending, even in-depth analysis in the world's largest fan community, one thing becomes abundantly clear. This is not about just tattoos. It's about the message. A message wrapped in symbols, sent in silence, and allowed to settle in the minds of those who love them. Now, fans are starting to assemble the puzzle pieces themselves. They dig through the archives, relate to the lyrics of old songs, recall old interactions between Taeil and Jungkook. There are even those who dig back into the vlogs of previous years, looking for cues that may have been missed so far. And the more you search, the more you find, but no one answer really explains everything. No one can be sure what all this means, because until this moment, hyuk hasn't said anything, the other members remain silent, and Taehyung and Jungkook, not back live, does not provide clarification. Only one sign remained, the tattoo, and the question is now changing, not just what that means, but what will happen after this? Is this the beginning of something much bigger? Or is it just the closure of things that we have never realized has been running quietly? The army could no longer remain silent. Because in a world where one emoji can shake the world, one tattoo that is almost the same but not the same is not just ink on the skin. It's a symbol. It was a warning. It was a request to be understood. And as the world continues to wait for clarification from the agency, from the other members, or even from hyuk himself, one thing becomes clearer than ever. BTS is not silent. They were speaking in a language that only those who really listened could understand. The city that once witnessed so many important moments in BTS's journey. The city where Jungkook went through various solo projects. The town where Taehyung takes mysterious photographs of the past is full of hidden meanings. And now, the city is again present as the backdrop of the twin symbols, but not completely similar. Many armies then dig deeper, trying to connect location and time. In one of Taehyung's uploads, a distinctive twilight glow is seen from Sunset Boulevard, while Jungkook appears to be in an indoor location with natural lighting from large windows. But if you look closely, small objects in the background, houseplants, sofa models, even chandelier patterns, have similarities that cannot be ignored. Are they in the same place? If so, why do they choose not to show togetherness openly? Is this some kind of code game? Or is it just a form of protection against something that is not yet ready to be announced? And just when fans were starting to feel a little close to a possible answer, something else shook things up. One famous fan site published a short video showing Taehyung and Jungkook exiting the same building, only 7 minutes apart. The two looked silent, not talking to each other, but the aura emanating from them was so heavy, as if something had just been said, or agreed, or solved. For ARMY, who have watched their relationship grow over the years, this is no ordinary moment. This is not about ordinary friendship. It's about something that has already crossed the screen, has gone far beyond celebrity status. It's the story of two human beings who form emotional worlds with each other in front of millions of eyes, but now seem to be increasingly distant and silent, and in the midst of all the noise. One detail again sticks out and provokes new turmoil. Taehyung's tattoo photo was re-uploaded by HYB's official Instagram account, but Jungkook's tattoo photo wasn't. What do these differences mean? Is HYB directing the narrative? Why is only one validated and one left a mystery? Aren't they both wearing the same symbol? So why not be treated the same? Some fans began to voice suspicions that HYB was playing a tacit communication strategy. Some refer to it as the silent press strategy, in which companies deliberately allow speculation to develop in order to create an organic buzz that is more effective than direct promotion. But if that's true, then the big question is, why did they choose to use Jungkook and Taehyung as public experiments like this? Does this mean that the two will release a duet project? Or is it the beginning of a great confession that has been kept under wraps? Theories began to appear, from the rational to the almost fictional. Some say the tattoo is part of an emotional bond contract, a kind of symbolic agreement that only the two understand. There are also those who call it a form of silent farewell, in which the tattoo becomes an eternal memento of something that cannot continue. More surprisingly, an insider who claimed to have worked on HYB's creative projects leaked something that made ARMY shudder. It's not just a tattoo. That's a reminder. And only they both know what it means. A reminder of what? Wound? Promise? Or is the truth too painful to tell? This question hangs without an answer. And amid all the speculation, fans began to compare with past moments. Like when Taehyung once said in an interview in 2022, "If one day I can't talk, I'll draw my story on my skin." Is this the moment? Is this the story? Meanwhile, Jungkook once said in a live session in 2023, when explaining about his tattoos, "Everything has meaning, but there are some that I will never explain." And now we see it, but still do not understand. One by one fans followed. Some fan accounts on Twitter, now X, create long threads, breaking down the details of the photos with visual recognition technology, highlighting small elements that seem to hint. One of the threads even matched the shape of the tattoo with symbols from the book of ancient Eastern philosophy about balance and separation. In that interpretation, the symbol on Taehyung's hand represents the acceptance part, while Jungkook's represents letting go. Did they say goodbye to each other? Or is this precisely the beginning of a secret collaboration that is only understood through symbols? Ironically, although the whole world is debating the meaning behind the picture, only one voice remains awaited and has not yet been heard. Hyuk, someone who usually does not hesitate to give a statement if the name of BTS becomes the subject of great speculation. But this time, not a word. Even when the Korean media began to report this furor, the agency only responded with one formal sentence: "We have no additional information regarding the artist's personal posts." And the army knows a sentence like that is just fuel for curiosity. Now, speculation touches not only personal affairs. Some industry observers even began to associate this tattoo symbol with a possible code in the concept of the next album. Is this a pre-release campaign? Or a signal that a new era of BTS is beginning, starting from silence, from symbols, from things not said? While the world continued to argue, the two men remained silent. And behind their silence, stored a power that is even more disturbing than words, because sometimes what is not spoken is felt the loudest, because one tattoo, two figures, and a million meanings have made the whole world pause, question, and wait. And when time goes on without a clear answer, only one thing is certain: the army will not stop searching for the meaning behind every symbol, every eye, every word said intentionally or unintentionally.